We are back live. Final segment, ladies and gentlemen. Retransmission starts in T-minus 6 minutes at Infowars.com and the audio streams and on AM and FMs everywhere. Judge Napolitano, we're seeing massive demonization from MSNBC, CNN, Southern Poverty Law Center, all these groups. Now they're even saying Ron Paul's bad, you're bad. They're claiming that we're going to stir up violence with our First Amendment right, criticizing corrupt government. I mean, this is pretty dangerous.
It's dangerous if they think that by our that they can interfere with our freedom of speech. It's dangerous for Bill Clinton to say that those who question the government, that those who think taxes are too high, that those who think that that life begins at the moment of conception, and that the right to keep and bear arms is a natural right, are dangerous people. We are traditional Americans who are defending our freedom and will not be silenced by those who are attempting to do so.
But I think it's backfiring on them. I mean, people are really seeing through this race card.
You know, I've been to many Tea Parties, you know that, many in the state of Texas, in Ohio, in Arizona, in Florida. I've not detected a hint of racism, of homophobia, of any of the nonsense that these people that dislike the Tea Partiers claim is there. What they dislike is the fact that the great middle class has finally been awakened and has finally agreed to read the Constitution and has finally recognized that we have a government that doesn't respect the Constitution, doesn't honor it, doesn't read it, doesn't even know what it means, thinks it can write any law, regulate any event, tax any behavior, whether it's in the Constitution or not. And let me tell you, when ordinary people confront members of Congress and say, where is this in the Constitution? Alex, I have not seen an awareness of freedom like this since Barry Goldwater ran for president against Lyndon Johnson in 1964. And the establishment in both parties fears this.
Is that why Lindsey Graham is now caving in on open borders and caving in on carbon taxes?
And caving in on ID cards? Absolutely, because he's part of the establishment. He's not a lover of freedom like you and me and most of the people listening to us. He's more interested in his own power than he is in the constitutional liberties and natural rights of those he represents.
We've only got a couple minutes left here. I wanted to bring up the Goldman Sachs situation. I see them picking some of the smaller things that Goldman's done so they can then derail a real investigation. I see it as a big whitewash. Where do you stand on that?
I agree with you. I think that Goldman will cave on this litigation brought by the SEC, which is bogus and which is frivolous. I can tell you why if you want to go into that. I think that Goldman will cave on it in order to avoid more serious investigations like, how could the chairman of Goldman Sachs also have been the chairman of the New York Federal Reserve at the same time? That's the kind of stuff that they don't want investigated, so they'll cave on this one. Yesterday, when Lloyd Blankfein appeared before Carl Levin, he said, yes, I'm in favor of the financial regulation the president wants. Nobody at Wall Street in their right mind is in favor of it unless you want to curry favor with the establishment so that after they enact this legislation, they'll leave you alone.
Well, that's the word from the Texas Banking Association. They say the mega banks are going to be given new power to go and consolidate their competition.
The worst part about this is that more power is going to the most insidious entity among us, the Federal Reserve. And if the administration thinks that they're going to be transparent, above board, fair, and respecting of freedom, they have disregarded the past 100 years of human history.
What's the word on the financial takeover bill? Is it going to pass?
You know, I talked to some Republicans today who told me that they expect the filibuster to succeed and that it won't pass as long as there's the too big to fail in it. That is, as long as the government can force you to sell them your shares of stock against your will. That's pretty gutsy of Republicans, who I'm generally critical of, if they'll stick to that.
All right, Judge Andrew Napolitano is a new TV show on Fox Business coming up in the next few months. We'll talk to you again soon. We're always appreciative of the time.
Thank you, Alex. God bless you.
God bless you. And we're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the show, I'm going to tell you again, the truth is what can counter the New World Order. We got 2 new films that have come out in the last 3 weeks. Get them both at Infowars.com, Police State 4 and Invisible Empire. God bless you all. Retransmission starts now, Infowars.com. Great job, crew.